A Kentucky tradition returned this weekend in western Kentucky. Fancy Farm, it is the sweatiest political picnic in the Commonwealth. Tensions heated up when jabs were traded between Governor Andy Beshear and Senator Rand Paul. Our political reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Aspen Hester were there.
At Fancy Farm, Kentucky Republicans took turns mocking Democratic Governor Andy Beshear, who chose not to attend. Senator Rand Paul hurling this jab.
If Andy Beshear is remembered, it will be for being neutered at every turn by the Republican legislature.
Beshear fired back on X in a more aggressive tone than we're used to seeing. Quote, "Sorry to miss Fancy Farm today, but let me get in on the fun." Rand Paul apparently said I'd been neutered by my legislature. Rich, coming from a guy who's never had a pair of balls, and if he did, they'd be held by Trump. The governor didn't stop there, next taking aim at Congressman Andy Barr, McConnell's pick to succeed him.
Did you hear that the governor said he didn't know any details about this week's announcement of a $100 billion investment in his own state? Whoa. And I thought Joe Biden was sleepy.
Beshear responding, "I'm told Andy Barr also spoke. We aren't the same. Yes, same first name, hometown, and high school, but I don't run racist ads. Yes, Steve's my dad, but Trump's his daddy." Fancy Farm also delivered a stunner in the race to be Kentucky's next governor as Beshear's term ends.
And the best thing I can do for my team is to call on all Republicans to join me in supporting James Comer to be our next governor.
What's interesting is James Comer hasn't even technically announced his run for governor just yet, but Michael Adams said he wants to make sure Republicans are unified going into next year's primary.
I asked Comer if he knew this decision was coming.
So I was very happy, but no, I didn't expect it. It was very good. I was surprised and very pleased. So.
Run, Comer, run! Run, Comer!
During the picnic, a plane flew over the site with a banner reading, "Run, Comer, run." We also heard speeches from the Democrats in the race, including Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman.
Poor old Jamie Comer, he went from losing to criminals in Kentucky to protecting them in D.C. Meanwhile, the Beshear-Coleman administration has been busy protecting Kentuckians.
And former Beshear senior advisor Rocky Adkins.
Real leadership is what this Governor Andy Beshear has produced, and I've been honored to be his senior advisor.
And we saw the race to replace Mitch McConnell in the U.S. Senate heat up, with Andy Barr supporters carrying AI-generated photos of Democrat Charles Booker, trying to paint him as a socialist.
Andy Barr has been a failure in the Congress. And we're not going to reward mediocrity by promoting him to the U.S. Senate.
So they've rebranded themselves as Democratic Socialists. Democratic is one thing, socialist is quite another. You can't be both.
And between the barbecue and the storylines, Fancy Farm did not disappoint, with each party believing they have momentum going into November. In West Kentucky, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
The general election is coming up Tuesday, November 3rd, and stay tuned for a special edition of Powers That Be tomorrow. We are breaking down this year's Fancy Farm and election prospects with our political analyst, streaming only on WHAS 11+.